get started and on the topic of what we come here to talk about today. And I think I sent most of y'all like the email or whatever through Facebook or email or something like that. And I just want to go ahead and start off because the topic of it was called the Messianic Illuminati. I wanted to kind of combine those words and kind of talk about what that means. And, for everybody in here, I just kind of give a little precursor of kind of how this flows, you know, because like how I'm going to go with this conversation is like a conversation. I'm not a note, dot kind of guy, and the reason I'm not like that is because anytime I do this, I have to sit in the room and get a feel for everybody in the room. You know what I mean? So that's how I do it. And that determines kind of like what I deal with, what I don't deal with. Because basically my main thing is to kind of create a flow of communication between us. Because one thing about me is I don't believe in someone schooling or teaching everybody. I don't believe that. I believe that people come together and Providence brings together the pieces of the puzzle and we all have something to bring into the flow, even if you don't talk. Even if you don't talk, something in you is communicating. The other thing, I'm coming way more comfortable with myself lately, so a lot of the way that I'm going to communicate is just going to be flowing out of myself. To be honest, my personality is kind of like a mad scientist. So when I'm speaking, I got a lot of thoughts firing, I'm throwing stuff together. It's just kind of crazy. We all scientists in here now, you know, just discussing a topic naturally and organically. So it's going to be open. And because I feel like times are so different, like really my personality is like, I think now we have to speak from the future rather than speak from how things are. We got to speak from how we see things can be and how they ought to be, and then deal from that. So a lot of times with the things that I may kick out there, I'm going to be honest with y'all, this sounds a little crazy. I don't want y'all to be like insecure, but I'm going to say some stuff I might not even understand. So I know I might say some stuff, you know, that's not understood in our intellectual head. And the reason that I say that is this, because like everything I feel inside of me about what I feel, you know, everyone has something they feel they have to do. You know, you're put in the earth and universe puts something in you that you have to do. You know what I mean? And you have to become familiar with it. And with me, what I'm understanding that a part of what I do is I want to put out there a flow of communication that's beyond what we intellectually know. You know what I mean? And that's part of what I'm going to go in a little bit today. There's a higher intelligence inside of us that connects and feels. Y'all feel what I'm saying? And that's really everything I do is about that. Everything I do when I'm going to work, that's what I'm focused on. I'm about creating that community of people united on that level of being able to feel and connect. Y'all see what I'm saying? So a lot of times, even if some of y'all have a messed up face, like, yo, who is this dude, man? And that don't make no sense. I'm okay with that. Because I'm probably thinking the same thing sometimes. Y'all know what I mean? But the way the flow operates sometimes, I used to read about, y'all ever read about Zen Buddhism or something? Y'all ever read about anything like that? Well, let me give you an example, because I don't know much about that either. But I used to read that sometimes, like, between the teacher and student, the teacher would say something that the student couldn't understand, or he'd say something backwards. Y'all know how Yoda speaks? The Star Wars say something backwards, because they would do that sometimes to throw you out of how we commonly process stuff all the time. Like, oh, red light, go, green lights, you know what I mean? They were trying to throw you out of that to get you into a place of feeling the connection between people. Because that's where our true genius and our true power and where love flourishes. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So I put all that out as a precursor because, you know, like I said, the way that I'm going, it's not going to be 1, 2, 3, maybe so much, but I'm going to begin to discuss some things and go through some things, and I'm going to open it up for discussion a little bit later. And also, just to share this with y'all, because I put this in the email. We're going to do communion a little bit later. We're going to do it like a little bit later. And I have like wine here, like the regular kind of, you know, church wine they use, you know what I mean? If anybody don't do alcohol because they got any issue with it, we'll slap some water in that mug, and you know what I'm saying, and pretend, you know what I mean? Because I don't know what's everybody's doing, you know what I mean? But the point is not the bread, or the point, we're going to go into what the point of it is, because it's symbolic of the unity amongst us that exists, you know? So we're going to do that, and then we'll kind of let it flow out. So my thing is a little different because I don't try to project myself as some PhD, some smart guy. I don't try to do that. My whole thing is let's connect, let's build on some things, and let's do it for the purpose of it allowing it to change us so we can see more and actually go out and build more, you know. So I'm going to put this on silent so you don't have to hear this thing going on. And the topic the reason I went to this topic called the Messianic Illuminati is because them things sound like complete opposites. Any of y'all ever heard about the Illuminati or read about it? Anything about it? You heard something about it? You studied about it? I brought that out because of what it incites in anybody who know about it. You know what I mean? Because the Illuminati and the Freemasons, these different groups are supposedly secret societies that have been working behind the scenes with governments and powers. Oh, you know what? Water? You want some water? Because we used to have some bottles, but she could get some cups and yeah. Oh, there they are. Oh, yeah, I was looking in the refrigerator, but I didn't see them.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Nah, that's part of the oneness. We watching out for each other.
I told you dedication for a minute, so I'm like, no, I'm going to get a minute.
You know what? Let me be real. I seen that and don't. And you here. You know what I'm saying? You here. I done had people on the front row. So when one cat was snoring, I had to be like, hey man, you know, can you snore on the corner? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's cool, but let's snore on the corner a little bit because I can't.
That's a way of marinating.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah.
She marinating.
Hey, some people say you may learn more while you sleep. I don't know. You tell me later. You know what I mean? All right. So, anyways, let me go back to the reason I wanted to get on to the topic of something going on? Oh, no.
Thank you.
Smart, that's smart. Okay, the reason I wanted to I'll use the word Messianic and Illuminati because the Illuminati and the Freemasons, these are secret societies that have been reported to have been working behind the scenes, behind governments, behind powers to control things so that they can maintain power. Okay, and it's all kind of documents, stuff. I got 1 billion books on it and everything, but I didn't really want to go into all of that because I went through a phase of time where I studied about the Freemasons and Illuminati so deep that I almost went crazy.
Make you mad.
You know what I mean? You go crazy because what happens is when you start to understand. When you start to read the books about how they communicate their ideas and how they control things with using symbols and media, what happens is, oh, you keep water in your car?
No, I brought it up here anyway.
That's the type of brother I need to know right there. I need to know you, man.
We'll travel, we'll have water?
Yeah, for real. Okay, back to this thing. Now, I went through a period of studying about them and how their hands were in everything in society. Education, religion, everything. And you start to read about how they use symbols to communicate and symbols to confuse people and things of that nature. And I read about it to such a degree that anybody can relate to me. You get paralyzed.
Oh yeah.
Like y'all know, you go through a phase and they show you everything that's in the dollar. They show you the signs and they're like, yo, did you see if you fold it like this? You see the pyramid and then it got 13 over here. You know what I mean? And so you